What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the HIM stock and see how that did this week. So at that, let's jump into it here. We'll look at the one-day chart. Blow this up for you. All right. So pre-market, stock was trading right around $8.41. We ended the day right around $8.42. So not a whole lot of action here today. You can see it was really kind of trading sideways all day. Not a whole lot of highs or lows, really bouncing between $8.30 and right around $8.24, we'll call it. So pretty consistent. We look ahead here, or I should say behind the 5-day chart. Over the course of the week, again, relatively flat trading. A lot of sideways action here. So, we're hanging right around this support level of $8.20, give or take. If we take a little zoom out, that was our last level of support prior to, our highs of $12. So this is very important. I've noted it before on the previous videos, but this is really going to drive the direction of the stock. So if we continue to hold right around this $8.20 floor and support level, the stock definitely has potential to keep rising and doing a nice little bounce. We are tracking just below or on the 13-day moving average, so that's acting as resistance. So ideally, we'd like to see this close above this moving average for at least a couple days, which would be a nice indication that this might be going back up. And again, we're fighting also the 40-day and 100-day moving averages as well. However, if we do see this fall underneath the $8.20 support we're seeing, the next level of support would be probably this $7.78. So if we do close below the $8.20 for a couple days in a row or below that, I do think our next target to be looking at for support would be right around the $7.76 floor. So that being said, I do think the stock does have potential, though, to continue to rise. We do, like I said, have seen this, come up and down throughout the year. It did have a really nice upward trend, did have a pullback. It traded sideways for a little bit, had a nice upward trend again, and then the bears really smacked it down in the last go around. But it did bring it back down to a support level, which is good. That being said, we could be back on track to start slowly working our way back up. Through the end of the year, I do think $12 is not an unrealistic target. I said that before. And I do think that, $10 would be kind of our sweet spot right now to really see that come to next. If we look at Robinhood as far as options and what they have right now, July 21st is the earliest options. Basically for every $800 you would spend to get one contract at 100 shares, you're looking at $25. Not a horrible premium for that. You're getting around 3% basically in 4 weeks, which isn't the worst. And I do think, at least as of right now, $8 is quote unquote fairly safe. Considering that, the next support we'll be looking at is $7.75. And over the long term, I do think that this stock has great potential to get above $10, looking closer to that $12 price point. So you guys can, do what you want, do your own research on it, but I feel pretty confident that, if you guys were to buy some put options here at this $25 mark, it might not be the worst. We look out, just because I'm curious, out in August, $60, you guys could even get into this $7 put option, which might be a little less risk, a little longer time, so a lot could happen in that. However, I don't foresee any crazy things to happen, but you never know, guys. That's why it's a stock market, and there are no guarantees in it, right? So definitely a lot less risk if you want to go down the $6 price points. But again, you're looking at more time. So with more time, you get a little more uncertainty. So a little bit of balance on that, also a little bit less premium. So, but it is a good opportunity if you guys are looking to get into it. At a $6 price, that's great. However, I don't think it's going to get quite that low. So You guys can figure it out, do what you want to do with that. And we will catch you on the next one. Thanks, guys.